Alright, welcome back to I left my A-rank party to help my former students explore dungeon depths. Anime review, episode number 8. We're reviewing the 10th episode of the series, Clover is back in action. This one, in a way, you watch this episode, this feels like the start of a brand spanking new story arc. Because we start off with Clover riding in a covered wagon with Maro on top. And of course, we have to say, about an antique fair because Rain wants antiques. And then they pass by some people. Of course, they hint basically some people later on. So, their Adventurers Guild, where basically Yuka and Silco meet with the Guildmaster. Well, then they go up to gather information. So, they meet with the Guildmaster. They have a very brief conversation about they introduce each other, of course, very polite, and also the fact that, well, they agree to become partners. It's with Engine. It's like that. And then they go to the pub where three men from a different country, I think it was Somalia, I think it's in the country, where they view women as property, where their only job is to basically make babies and do house chores. And that's it. So he kind of explains the language. These women are actually his wives, and, well, if they dare take them, they're stealing. So basically, they leave. Yeah, this has not come back to bite him in the butt. No, because these guys do not play a role after this. Not in the slightest. So, then, of course, they're taken to their inn, which, of course, happily paid for by the guild. I think his name was Fa Don, I think his name places. And the inn is run by an elf with green hair. Yes, this is interesting. This, of course, is not a dark elf, like in the case of Silk. This is a light elf. We're like, this place is quite nice. And, of course, they stay here for a while. Of course, mentioned several bedrooms. And then, of course, here's our main attraction. Ooh, a garden. And, of course, they go for, like, what's this? A hot spring. Apparently, you don't know anything about hot spring, which was... You guys, sorry about that. So, the girls travel hot spring, but not Yuka. So then they have dinner, and of course they decide to go after basically on the third day they're there. So then of course at base camp before they proceed to go explore. Of course I mentioned about also people be mapping Dungeon 2. So, and also the fact that Mara would mention the whole thing with her is that, well, the fact she was a glutton, the fact that she was seen eating on one of the streams, and she was so embarrassed by it. But overall, this was a good episode. Like I said, this basically is the start of a brand new story arc. After, if you watch the series so far, the first 8 episodes feel like a complete story arc. 9 feels like an epilogue. Yeah, 9 is virtually an epilogue. Though, yeah, they do a clip. The reason why there wasn't one show last week was because they decided to do a clip show for some reason. Not sure why. Well, also because they skipped the episode because it's a clip show, so no reason to dub a clip show. You're thinking, what about Freya did for that one, and Black Clover as well? Well, because they actually had some original bits in that one. In the case of Freya, well, I would say the original they had was basically the end of the episode, because I think it was basically just a recap of the previous 5 episodes. But all in all, great episode. Now, unlike in the case of Diamond, which has 7 episodes to go, this has 14 left. You heard me right, 14 left. And can you believe this actually is one of the very few anime I'm currently watching when it's airing? Also, this is really weird, though. So, I'm the evil lord, so I'm Intergalactic, and I'm the ruler of Intergalactic Empire. Here's the thing. Those of you know, I've been reviewing the episodes recently. Those were leaked out, and then I know it's basically like, oh, they're back in Crunchyroll for some reason. So what's going on with that one is that they apparently decided to add opening and closing credits. I don't know what they are. I'll probably find out when they air the 4th episode. It's kind of interesting the fact they already have 3 episodes already released already. But tomorrow, of course, basically, well, because I don't have time to work on episode One Piece, so if I did return today, I'll work on that tomorrow, first thing, and then after that, I'll work on 100 Girlfriends, Blue Exorcist. And there is one more anime airing tomorrow, and that is going to be a brand new anime join the review schedule. Don't know how long it's going to be, but it's at a review schedule. Now, also, before this video, Black Butler and Fire Force released today. Yes, first episodes of the current season, in case of Black Butler, the Emerald Witch arc, which I believe is the second or third the most recent arc in the manga. That was released today, along with the opening episode of Fire Force. And simply put, the reason why I'm not watching reviewing them right now, no dub. I probably have to wait a bit. Fire Force, I don't think it'll wait too long for this one. I think it'll probably wait maybe a couple weeks. But in the case of Black Butler, my guess, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 2 months. This all depends upon Aniplex America, because they're the one who dub it. In the case of Fire Force, I believe this is going to be the first season dubbed by Crunchyroll, because the first season were dubbed by Funimation. Now we know about Crunchyroll. And this one's just playing 2 cores. This is going to be interesting. I'll talk more about that when that comes up for that one. So yeah, those of you curious, before I end this video, when are you going to do a new anime? Aside from one airing tomorrow. Well, there's one anime I'm reading a book right now. After reading the second book for that particular book series, I'll watch this really quick anime. As for if I do any other one, yes, I am planning probably to do more. So there's that. So that is pretty much that particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. So I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.